Oh, there we go. Now I know I'm on. Okay. All right. So we're going to be reading the book tonight, The Best Beekeeper of Lalibela. For those of you who are watching or would like to watch live on YouTube, we're starting part of our process over again. Missed the intro. And we already told you to make sure to give us a like or a thumbs up, depending on whether you're looking at us on YouTube or Facebook, and to pass the word around by word of mouth to your friends and your family. So now we're moving on to our proverb of the night. Here goes one here. We start as fools and become wise through experience. We start as fools and become wise through experience. Well, that's a wise saying if I never heard one before. All right. We start as fools and become wise through experience. Meanwhile, oh, and that was a proverb from Tanganyika, Tanganyikan proverb. All right, so let's move on and see what's going on with the best beekeeper of Lalibela. And I won't need my glasses for this. Let's see if I can get this story squared away here. See, what do I have to do to get this to, let's see, how about that? Not sure what I have to do to get to the beginning of this. Okay. Multiple technical difficulties tonight. Let's see. Ah, there we go. Okay. And action. Boom. There we go. We in there. Okay. Best beekeeper of Lalibela. So I'm going to read, and we're trying something new out here where the, we're trying something new out where the story will play all by itself. Let's put it back on automatic again and go. Now, let's see if that works. The Best Beekeeper of Lalibela, a tale from Africa by Christina Kessler, illustrated by Leonard Jenkins. Long ago, high in the mountains of Ethiopia, where purple shadows fill the valleys and heavy mist hug the hillsides, the bees arrived in Lalibela. Some said they came to announce the birth of a new king, while others thought only of their honey, sweet, rich, and golden. As the centuries passed and the word spread, villagers poured in from far and near to buy the sweet nectar. Each Saturday at the open-air market, a young girl moved from stall to stall, tasting the honey seller's wares. Almaz let the honey drip down her finger like a string of golden diamonds and into her mouth with a gentle smack of her lips. She said to no one but herself, "It's all very good, but one day mine will be the best." At the edge of the village, where the forest began, a group of men worked and talked, morning to night. Together they wove long, narrow baskets, then placed them high in the pine trees for bees to use as hives. One day, Almaz visited them. "I want to keep bees," she said. "I want to make the best honey in all of Lalibela." They laughed at her, and the oldest man said, "That's men's work, little girl. Go find your mother and learn to cook and clean and gather firewood. You have a lot of work of your own, so forget the bees." Almaz's eyes filled with tears. She turned on her heels and crashed into a tall young priest. Slow down, said Father Haile Kiddos. "What has upset you so?" I want to keep bees, she said. That's all I want, but they say I can't because I'm a girl and it is men's work. Bending low to look into her eyes, the priest said, keep bees, my dear, and make the world's sweetest honey. Man, woman, girl, boy, it's not really important, so keep bees. She turned to the group of men under the tree. With hands on her hips, she said, did you hear Father Hiley, kiddos? He says I can keep bees. Ishi, or fine, said a grizzled old man. He pointed upward. So climb that tree and bring down the hive. Now. Almaz gazed up and up to the dangling basket hive. Bees swarmed busily about it. Starting ever so slowly, she inched her way up the tree. Her arms and legs hugged the trunk as tightly as the tree's own bark. Her big mistake was looking up, then looking down. So far to go, she thought, looking up. And so far to fall, she thought, looking down, while the buzz of bees thundered in her ears. The men laughed as she scooted down. Now, are you finished? Baka. If you can't climb trees, then you can't keep bees. So go and learn the work of women. They patted one another's shoulders as if they'd just won something. For months, they chuckled each time Almaz passed their tree, saying to one another, she's learned her lesson, but they didn't know Almaz. 3 full moons passed before she appeared at the Saturday morning market again. With delight, she laid out a spotless white cloth, carefully smoothing its edges. And then with pride, she lifted a glowing chunk of honeycomb from the can at her side. Drops of honey like golden diamonds dripped in the sunlight. People gathered at her stall that Saturday, and for 8 Saturdays to come, men bought her honey to make tej, a frothy honey beer. Women bought it to add to the ginfo, a porridge they made for their families on cold, damp mornings. They were shocked when she didn't arrive one Saturday, or the next, or even the next. On the 3rd Saturday, Father Haile Kiddos told her disappointed customers, I will check on her today. He found her glaring at a strange mud shape. It's my hive, Almaz said, pointing to the mud cone with 4 openings sitting on the ground. Aha! Exclaimed the priest. I've never seen anything like it before. Streams of ants marched in and out of the mud hive, head to heel. There was not a bee in sight. Almaz tapped the hive with her toe, saying it worked fine until the ants came. You'll find a way to fix it, Father Haile Kiddo said. It is great, and all great endeavors require great effort. Who knows? The answer could mean something very simple. Just like a worker bee, Almaz was busy for 11 days. First, she dug a moat around the hive, but the water just turned the ground to a muddy mess. Next, she tried to hang the hive like a bell, but it was too heavy. Then one morning, her brother gave her the answer as she was washing clothes at the village tap. He passed by, pulling his favorite toy, bumping along the ground behind him. On a string was an old tomato can filled with water. That's what I do, she said to no one but herself. For 2 days, the family heard the pounding and the cutting. Let her be, said her mother, for she's found the answer. When the pounding stopped, Almaz raced to the market square and bought a piece of the sweetest honeycomb she could find, then placed it inside her hive. And then she waited 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4, until the bees of Lalibela began to arrive. When the buzz of the bees filled the back corner of the family compound again, Almaz ran to find Father Haile Kiddos. He held on to his wobbly hat as they rushed down the narrow paths that led to Almaz's hut. They walked around her hive. Now it sat off the ground on a slightly tilting table. Very clever, said the priest, and very simple too. Then he squatted down for a closer look. Crouching beside him, their heads nearly touching, Almaz says it works because ants can't swim. The 4 table legs each stood in an old tomato paste can filled with water. The bees hummed overhead. Almaz lifted the snug lid off the top with a steady hand and a clear heart, her own secrets to not getting stung. She lifted out a chunk of honeycomb. Bees buzzed about her hand as she held it up to show the priest. By the next full moon, the men watched the line that formed in front of Almaz at the Saturday market. The old one who had sent her up the tree scratched his head. Who would have thought that she would succeed? He led the others through the crowd right up to her. Clearing his throat to silence the crowd, he said, "Welcome back, Almaz, the best beekeeper of Lalibela." "Amasekanalo," she said, thanking him, then let golden honey diamonds drip into her mouth. "Life is sweet," she said with a sticky smile. So the idea for the book, this book was written by a Ferengi, which is a foreigner. Yes, and yeah, they use it on Star Trek, but it's Amharic. Okay, just keep that in mind. Author's note: this is the legend of Lalibela. In 1181, a baby boy was born in Roha, Ethiopia. His older brother, Harbe, was destined to be king until a mysterious thing happened. Legend has it that one day his mother saw the baby lying happily in his cradle, surrounded by a dense swarm of, wait for it, bees. Recalling an old Ethiopian belief that the animal world could foretell the advent of important personages, his mother cried out, "The bees know that this child will become king." She named him Lalibela, which means the bee recognizes his sovereignty. King Lalibela ruled for many years, and today visitors flock to the town renamed after him to see for themselves the incredible churches he built, hewed from monolithic stones. In other words, just a single rock. You've heard of the Church of the Dome or the Church of the Rock? Well, the churches in Ethiopia and Lalibela, there's, I think, 11 of them, and each one is hewn out of a single rock. So you have 11 rocks, 11 churches. They're often called the 8th wonder of the world. It is a mystery how such huge monolithic structures were carved from rock over 1,000 years ago or more. It is estimated that about 40,000 people worked to excavate these churches. One church is believed to have been excavated in a day with the help of the angels. The story is set in modern-day Lalibela, which sits at more than 5,000 feet high in the stark, craggy mountains of Ethiopia. The honey industry is still very active in the village, or villages. Orthodox Ethiopians from all over visit the churches of Lalibela at least once in their lifetime. Almost all who visit leave with a jug of honey, regarded as the sweetest in the country. The sweetest in the country. And there we have it. Okay? The story of the best beekeeper of Lalibela, a tale from none other than Africa. The best beekeeper of Lalibela, a tale from Africa. and you can see it right there. So if you get a chance, look for it on Amazon or somewhere else on the internet. You can pick it up for your child. Nice book to read, easy peasy, lemon squeezy reading, and it'll give them, put them in touch with their culture just a little bit more. You'd be surprised what these simple little books can do in terms of directing or guiding the youth. So always have good books around, and your children will never go wrong because they will remember these stories for a lifetime. And that's what we have to offer you, our stories for a lifetime. So keep that in mind as we come upon the first. When we will be asking everybody to make a donation to the Black Facts Educational Research Incorporated. You can do it on our website, blakfacts.org, or you can do it by just making a donation on Facebook. Right below our description, you'll find it there. If you're on your mobile phone, look in the notifications column on the right hand side of your phone, or if you're on YouTube, just look right below the description there also, and you'll find a link directly to the website. So you got a couple different ways to make a donation so that we can keep on offering up stories for a lifetime for you, your children, your children's children, your nieces, your nephews, your grandchildren, all of the people. In the meantime, we're going to say peace out without a doubt. It is time for us to go, but we will be back here tomorrow at 9. And in the meanwhile, we got not a new playlist, but we'll be making an update to the playlist we've been running all month for this particular live stream. It's called Tales of Ethiopia. So look for some updates there. It'll be up by noon tomorrow. We've got a lot of good stuff to share with you. We also updated our Ethiopia 101 playlist today as well. All of these you'll become familiar with when you sign up, subscribe to the Tubular Black Facts channel. Peace out without a doubt, y'all. Have a good night and do something strong so you don't go wrong. Because this may be the weekend, but it don't have to be the weekend. Peace out without a doubt.